You know Brad Meltzer as a best-selling author of thrillers and mysteries. His novels have sold more than 11 million copies in the U.S. alone. He's also the author of a children's biography series featuring historic figures like Abraham Lincoln, Helen Keller, and Jackie Robinson. Meltzer's new book, The House of Secrets, is the story of a fictional TV host secretly working for the U.S. government and a daughter's search to find the truth. First on CBS This Morning, Brad Meltzer joins us at the table. Welcome back to Studio 57.
Thank you, Nora. Good to see you.
Good to see you. So this House of Secrets is the first in a new series, right?
Yeah, The House of Secrets opens with a woman who wakes up in a hospital and she has no memory. There's been an accident that killed her father, who's the host of a conspiracy TV show. And the FBI tells her that there's been an accident, and the amazing part of this is what the FBI comes in as the last person who was seen with her father shows up dead with an object stuffed into his chest, a priceless book that belonged to Benedict Arnold. And she has no idea how it got there, of course. From there, she has to figure out she has guns she doesn't remember owning. She has scars across her body. She doesn't know how they got there. But she realizes that only by solving this murder can she figure out the truth about her father and, more important, who she is. She's the mystery. And she is full of secrets.
So this is Hazel Nash?
This is Hazel Nash. She's the secret.
And you say she's inspired by your daughter?
You know what? I was looking to write...
Is your daughter's name Hazel?
My daughter's name is not Hazel. My daughter's name is Lila. But when I was writing a female protagonist, you know, we all know Jason Bourne and we all know James Bond. But when it comes to female protagonists, what we always see is we see kind of victims. You know, and I said, I'm not teaching my daughter to be a victim. I teach my daughter all the time that no one's coming to rescue you, you're going to rescue yourself. And that's why I wrote Hazel, is because I wanted to have a strong female protagonist who was going to be unlike any other.
Yeah, how old is Lila?
She will tell you right now she's 10 and very, very close to 11.
Yeah, that really matters.
It matters.
There's this Benedict Arnold, and the betrayal with Benedict Arnold and George Washington is very key to this book. Why does that resonate with you so much that you want to get into that?
And it's true, one of the last moments between Benedict Arnold and George Washington are some of the most amazing in history. And what happens is they say George Washington is so devastated by his friend's betrayal. It's one of the only times they see him cry. And here's what happens is Alexander Hamilton brings a letter to George Washington from Benedict Arnold. The letter has 3 things in it. It says, 1, don't kill my wife. She didn't know I was going to be a traitor. She says, 2, don't kill your staff. They didn't know I was a traitor either. And this is the 3rd part. It's the craziest part, is he says, I want you to make sure that you please send me my baggage. And what's in the baggage? And to this day, nobody knows what is in that baggage that George Washington actually sends back. He actually does send it back, but no one knows to this day what's in that baggage. I won't ruin my theory, but I won't ruin chapter 85.
Don't ruin it.
But it's in the House of Secrets.
Let me just understand before. Yes.
Okay.
What you just said is true.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah,
this is all real. And I use it in the book, but then I show you my theory in chapter 85.
There's a great line in the book about what did Benedict want ultimately, and you said the same thing we all want in life, and what is that?
For someone to give a damn about us.
Yeah.
You know, everyone thinks that Benedict Arnold
true.
is the bad guy, and sometimes he's just the complicated guy. And
how do you make that case? I mean, did he betray the country or not?
Of course he betrayed the country, but again, you know, if you want to see everything black and white, then you'll see Benedict Arnold as the worst guy in the world. But he's a complicated guy, and like anyone who is, quote, good or, quote, bad, there's another part of the story. And to me, the interesting part is, Charlie, is Benedict Arnold really doing something bad? And there's a theory out there that maybe he's not the bad guy in the story, that maybe, just maybe, he was actually working for us the entire time.
Yeah, and on that very note, you, in researching...
Best transition I've ever seen.
I know. Well, in researching this book, you found an interesting story about a former dictator that was on, what, the U.S. payroll, working for the CIA?
Yeah, while I'm researching the book, I talked to a military intelligence officer who tells me that years ago, there was a dictator who actually, through one of his top lieutenants, was working for us. He was actually a spy for the United States. And why was he doing it? For the most logical reason of all.
Money?
For his for his family. Right? For his family. What happened was his lieutenant had a sick child.
You're going to have to leave us on that cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's a cliffhanger, but you'll see.
I didn't catch the name of the dictator.
I can't tell you.
Okay,
he's still alive,
Brad.
I'll tell you that.
All right, thank you, Brad. And The House of Secrets goes on sale tomorrow, wherever you like to buy your books.